This lesson is about division. So we've already done how we do addition, which is adding things together. We have learned about subtraction, like taking things away. And we've learned about multiplication, which is doing addition lots of times. In this lesson, we will learn much more about division. So here we will learn about the sign for division. We will learn about how we divide whole numbers and how we get things that are left over. So we will learn about the signs. We will learn about remainders. We will learn, and I will show you how division is the opposite of multiplication. And then I'll show you a method called long division, which helps you to actually do division sums. So first, I'm just going to explain to you the concept or the idea behind what division is. So the first thing is the sign. So let's just say, supposing I had two numbers, I had 6 and I had 2, and I wanted to divide 6 by 2. The way I write that sum, first of all, is 6, and then we put this line with a 1 dot above, 1 dot below, divided by, that's the way you read that. You read that as divided by. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to whatever the answer is. So that's how we write it. Another way to write it is 6 over 2, or 6 over 2. The over is just another way of showing it's 6 divided by 2. We will learn much more about the over when we're doing fractions, but in this course or in this lesson, we're not going to write numbers like this. We're going to write them like this, 6 divided by 2. Okay, so let's see what it means to divide numbers. So in this example, I'll show you what we mean by this. So here we have 6 boxes, and we're going to divide the 6 boxes. Here you got 6 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes, and we're going to divide them into 3 equal parts. In this example, they're going to be divided into 3 equal parts, and then we have to see how many boxes there are in each part, and that is the answer to the question, what is 6 divided by 3? So if we had 6 boxes, we gave it to, say for example, we gave it to 3 different people, right? So here you can see what happens if I took those 6 boxes and I divided them into equal parts. So here I'm just showing you for illustrations the same boxes, but I'm showing you I've color coded them so that you can see that each equal part and how many boxes there are in each. So here's one part here. This is one part. This is another part, part 2, and this is the third part. This is the second part. This is the third part, right? So we have taken the 6 boxes, divided into 3 equal parts, and you can see now from the boxes that there are 2 boxes in each part. So you can see that in this part 1 there are 2 boxes. In this part, green part, there are 2 boxes, and in this sort of purpley part there are 2 boxes. So if I do 6, 6, 6, and I divided that into 3 equal parts, I get 2 in each part. Now we can see how this is the opposite of multiplication. This was the other thing that I was going to show you. So 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. Now if we work backwards, you remember from our multiplication box that if you got 2 boxes and you took that 3 times, which is 3 times 2, right? That's 3 times 2. Well, that equals to 6. Right? 3 times 2 is equal to 6. And we know, therefore, 6 divided by 3, 6 divided by 3, so that's taking 6 boxes, divided it into 3 equal parts. You get 2 parts in each box. So that's really the fundamental idea behind division. Now, let's do another example so you understand what I mean by that. So let's just see, 8 divided by 2, if I had 8 boxes, and I divide it into 2 equal parts. 2 equal parts. I get part 1 here, and I get part 2 over here. So here we see that if I did that in each part, right, I get part 1, I get 4 boxes, and part 2, I get 4 boxes. So I can take 8 boxes, divide it into 2 equal parts, and I will get 4 boxes in each part. That's really what we mean by division. And let's work that backwards, and you'll see that that's the same as taking 4 boxes 2 times, and you get 8. So if 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4, then 2 times 4 is equal to 8. That's the main idea behind division. Now we'll see what happens when we have a remainder. So in this next example, I've taken 1 more box. Instead of 8, I've now taken 9 boxes. So we get the same idea that we have the 9 boxes. We can turn that into equal parts of 4 boxes each. Yeah, part 1, part 2 gives us 4 boxes in each. 4 boxes here, 4 boxes. But now we have, and I'll write that in a different color, we're left with this one remainder. This box is left over after we take the 9 boxes, divide it into 2 equal parts. We're left over with 1 box. So that's how we would write that sum, that 9 divided by 2 is equal to 4, and we're left over 1 remainder. And the way we work backwards to check how we've done that, so 4 remainder 1, well, that's 2 times 4, so that this is, remember, 4 boxes there, 4 boxes there. We take 4 boxes 2 times, so that's 2 times 4. We add back this remainder, and so 2 times 4 is 8, we know from our multiplication. Add back the remainder and we get 9. So let's just see how that happens. 4 plus 4 plus the 1 remainder, so that's 2 times 4, which is 8, plus the 1 remainder gives you back the 9. I'll show you another example of what a remainder is so that you really understand it. So supposing I had 13 boxes and I wanted to divide that into 2, well, I can do 13 boxes. So I've got 6 boxes in one set, because I'm going to divide it into 2 equal sets. I've got 6 boxes there. I've got another 6 boxes, these green ones over here. And now I'm left over with this 1 remainder. Okay, so that's what it means. 13 divided by 2 is 6 remainder 1. And again, we can use our multiplication to show how that worked. The idea behind this is just to show you how it actually works. So remember, in our multiplication, if we had 2 times 6, that's 6 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I'm taking it 2 times. I'm taking it once. I'm taking it twice. So 2 times 6 is 12, remember? Plus, I've got to add back this remainder, 12 plus 1, which is equal to 13. So I'm just working backwards to get from 6 remainder 1. 6 remainder 1 is the same as 13. Okay, so I will now show you how to actually do the division sums. The boxes was just to show you what it means so that you understand the numbers. But now I'll show you how to actually do division. Okay, so the first thing about long division is how we write this. You won't have seen this before because we've so far used the division sign like this. Now we're going to turn that on its head a little bit and show you how to write a long division. So say, for example, we had, in this example, we've got, say, 10 divided by 3. So if we have a number 10 divided by 3, we just write it in a slightly different way where we put the 3 on the outside and we put the 10 on the inside of this sort of strange little symbol over here. It's a little bracket with a line above it. And we put the number 10 on the inside, and we put the 3 on the outside. So that's how we can write it. Just to give you another example, what we had before, which was, say we had 13 divided by 2, 13 divided by 2. So we put 2 on the outside, put this line, this curvy bracket and the line, and we put the 13 on the inside. So that's the way we would write down the long division in order to do the sum. I'm now going to clear the board so that we can actually show you how to do that sum. Okay, so we're going to do 10 divided by 3. That's the sum that we're trying to do, this 10 divided by 3. So the way we do that is we take the number 3, we take the first digit in the number that we're trying to divide into, and we say, is 3, so we write this number and we say, is 3 less than 1? That's what we're going to try and find out. If 3 is less than if it's less than this number over here, then we can divide it into that. In this example, well, 3 is not less than 1, right? So the answer is no. So we then take the next digit to make up the bigger number. So we now get the next digit, so we get a number of 10. And we say, is 3 less than 10? And we know that, yes, 3 is less than 10. So we ask the question, is 3 less than 10? So if the answer is yes, then we can do our division. So we look to say, now to do the division, we have to go to our multiplication times table. So I'm just going to clear the the board a bit. So remember our times table. 1 times 3 is equal to 3. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. 4 times 3 is equal to 12. 5 times 3 is equal to 15. I think that's enough, and I'll show you why that's enough in a minute. So we know that, yes, 3 is less than 10. And we go down our times table to find a number that is just less than 10, but not more than. So we go down this table, 3 is less than 10, 6 is less than 10, 9 is less than 10, 12 is not less than 10. So we go back to this one, right? The one that's just before the one that it overshoots with 4 times 3 is 12, so that's too high. We will go back to 3. We know that 3 will divide into 10 3 times, because that 9 is less than 10. Now we want to know by how much it's less than 10. So we take 3 times 3, we write down the number 9. Let me just tidy this up a bit first. We write down the number 9. Now we take away 9 from 10. We know that's 1. Now we do the same logic, the same thinking again. But this time we're going to compare 3 with what's left over here. So we've got 3, and we compare that to 1. Well, 3 is more than 1. It is not less than 1. So then we're going to write now remainder 1. So 10 divided by 3 is equal to 3 remainder 1. Let's do another example so that you understand the idea. This time we're going to take 3 and 25. So this sum can be written as 25 divided by 3. That's what we're trying to do. So we put the 3 on the outside, we put the 25, we put the 3 on the outside and 25 on the inside of our little bracket. Okay, so we're going to do the same idea before. So first we're going to compare 3 with 2. Now, is 3 less than 2? Well, clearly it's not. 3 is more than 2. So 3 is not going to be dividing into 2. So we then compare 3. We still compare 3 with the whole number 25. Okay, and then let's do our 3 times table. Just tidy up the board so we can write that down tidily. 3 times table. So 1 times 3 is equal to 3. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. 4 times 3 is equal to 12. 5 times 3 is equal to 15. 6 times 3 is equal to 18. No, we're now going to do not 9. We're going to do 7 times 3 is equal to 21. So what I'm doing is each time I'm comparing the answer back to 25 and saying, is my answer greater than or less than 25. So I'm now getting closer to, right? 21 is less than 25. So I'm going to do one more number. 8 times 3 is equal to 24. 24 is still less than 25. Then I do 9 times 3 is equal to 27. Now we've gone over 25 because 27 is more than 25. So then I go back to 8 times 3. This is my number that I'm looking for. So 3 will go into 25 8 times first, right? Then that answer was 24. Now I'm going to subtract 24 from 25. So 5 minus 4 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. That's nothing. Now we know, now we compare 3 against 1. And 3 doesn't go into 1 because 3 is bigger than 1. So we have 8 remainder 1. We'll do a few more examples. Okay, so in this example, let's do 35. This is the sum here we're trying to do is 35 divided by 3. So we'll do the same thing again. We'll compare 3 compare 3 with the first digit. Now 3 does go into 3. Okay, so because 3 and 3 are the same, so 3, we know that 1 times 3 is 3. So 1 times 3, so 1 times 3 is 3. And 3 take away 3 is 0. Now we bring down the 5. Now we say, okay, we compare 3 and we compare 5. So how does 3 divide into 5? So we know that 1 times 3 is equal to 3. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So we already know that 3 is going to go into 5 1 times, because if we do 2 times, we go over 5. So 1 times 3 is again 3. 5 take away 3 is 2. So now 3 is bigger than 2, so it's not going to go into 2. So we're now, and we've got no more digits left here, so that's 11 remainder 2. So that's the answer. So 35 divided by 3 is 11 remainder 2. Let's do a slightly different example, this time with 6 and 70. So the number we're trying to do here is 70 divided by 6. So with this, taking bigger numbers, but I'll show you how long division can work even with bigger numbers. And also you then understand the mechanics of it and how this is working. So first thing is I'm going to compare 6 with 7. Okay, so that's 6 and 7. We know 6 goes into 7 1 times, because 1 times 6 is 6. I'm going to subtract 6 from 7, so I'm going to left with 1. Then I bring down this digit over here, whatever's left over there. So I bring down 0. Now I compare 6 with 10. Okay, so I'm comparing 6 with 10. And 6 will go into 10 1 times. Because if I do, remember 1 times 6 is equal to 6. But 2 times 6 is equal to 12. And I compare 12 with 10, and 12 is already bigger than 10. So 6 is not going to go into 10 more than once, right? So I put 1 here. 1 times 6 is 6. I take away 6 from 10. I'm left with 4. So that's my, and now 6 is more than 4. So 6 is not going to go into 4. So my answer is 11 remainder 4. So that's what's left over. Okay, I'll do one more example with a much larger number so you can see the mechanics of it. Okay, so in this example, I'm going to write out, well, first of all, what are we trying to do? We're doing 681 divided by 9. And I'm going to write out my 9 times tables just so that I can point out to you the logic of what we're going to do next. So 1 times 9 is equal to 9. 2 times 9 is equal to 18. 3 times 9 is equal to 27. 4 times 9 is equal to 36. 5 times 9 is equal to 45. 6 times 9 is equal to 54. 7 times 9 is equal to 63. And 8 times 9 is equal to 72. 9 times 9 is equal to 81. So I think that's enough, and you'll see why I've stopped there, and why I don't need to do any more in a minute. So let's go back to our rules. First of all, 9 is bigger than 6, so 9 can't be divided by 6, right? So we have to look at the next two digits, 68. So I'm going to compare 9 will go into 68. Now the question is, how many times will 9 go into 68 by? So I go down my 9 times table, and I can see that 7 times 9 is 63. I'm just going to use a different color. 7 times 9 is equal to 63, but 8 times 9 is equal to 72. So I need to take 63 because 63 is less than 68. 72 is more than 68, so that doesn't work. So I know that 7 times 9 is 63. So 9 will go into 68 7 times. That's going to give me 63. Now I do a takeaway. 68 minus 63. So 8 minus 3 is 5. 6 minus 6 is 0. Now I bring down my next digit. I bring that down here and make that 51. Okay, so now I go back again and I compare 9 and figure out how many times it's going to go into 51. So I go down my 9 times table, and here I have, let me use a green color pen, I've got 9 times 5 is 45, 5 times 9 is 45, 6 times 9 is going to be 54, so that 54 is bigger than 51, so that's not going to work. So therefore, I know that it's 5 times 9 is 45. So I put 5 over here, and then say 5 times 9 is 45. I take away, now I'm going to see, I take away 45 from 51. So remember, I'm going to do the subtraction. That goes to 4. That becomes 11. 11 minus 5 is 6. 4 minus 4 is 0. So 0. So I can bring that 6 up as my remainder 6. So 681 divided by 9 is 75, remainder 6. So that's how we do it. So let's get some practice, and all the best.